Hey, Drew. Drew, can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Who is 308-2613?
It's little
It's who?
Vita.
Oh, Vida. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. All right, we're going to give it just a minute or so while we're waiting for everybody else to join us here. I know we had a couple of doctors this morning. There must be a plague going around or something.
A lot of flus.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? They said the flu season is way earlier than it normally is. Who is Anne Marie? Is that you?
Yes.
How come you're calling in?
I'm actually working in a garage right now. It's the best I can do.
Oh, that's fine. I'm glad you're here. You're not in my garage, are you?
Not yet. Not yet.
That's funny. All right, we're going to give it 1 minute and then we're going to get started here.
Okay.
It's really a shame that so many. Patty said she's going to be late. Okay, and hey, Karen. Oh, Karen, can you hear me? Karen, can you hear me? I'm going to mute all of you because I don't know who's making the sound, so I will mute you all for just a moment. Drew, it's you making all the noise. Are you multitasking?
A little bit, but I don't think I'm making that much noise. Just rolling papers.
I hear a bunch of banging around. Hey there. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So Patty's going to join us. There's a couple people. Barb's got a big event coming up on Wednesday, and I know there's two people are sick, aren't going to make it today. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. Let me do this. Oh, Drew, you muted yourself. I see that. Okay. So I'm going to unmute everybody. So let's start with celebrations. Who wants to go first?
Can I go first? And then you're going to have to mute me because I think I'm making the noise.
Okay, between you and Drew. It looks like he's cleaning a garage or something too. We see the floor joists about him. Go ahead.
In less than 18 hours, I've made $1,500.
High five. Whoop, 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 whoop. Cool. Good for you.
Thank you.
In less than 18 hours. Did this all just come about yesterday or something?
No, it's been planned, but it's been nice.
Yes, it has. That's awesome. Okay, cool. Vida, you want to go next?
Yes, I made an appointment from my last Facebook video.
All right, so that, by the way, is a huge flippin' high five. Boom, boom. Because that is telling you right there that the videos work, right? Anne Marie, do videos work?
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So congratulations, Vida. That is fantastic. And here's the thing. The cool thing about when you make an appointment from a Facebook Live video is and they call you to make the appointment, which I'm assuming is what happened because you don't know who was watching for you to call them, right? They called you?
Well, she made a comment on the video and said we need to get together. So I messaged her and called her right away.
Yeah, so that's usually a pretty good, that's usually going to be a sale, right? It's really only good at Toulouse at this point because she's already liking what you're saying, and she called and made the appointment, made an appointment for you. So congratulations. That is really, really
Great, thank you.
okay. Drew, I'm just going to say, stop flittering. If you can, sit down. You're making me nervous. Take notes. I would feel better. Oh, you're on the garage.
I'm in the basement.
Oh, well, it's a very. Why do you have a skylight in the basement? Underground dweller, you?
I didn't hear you. There was a lot of rustling, whatever that was.
That was you.
I'm certain it wasn't me, but okay.
So what was your big win this week?
My big win actually just came yesterday. So I was networking with a future client last night in the St. Charles area, and that led to 3 additional meetings for fundraising opportunities with people that I met there yesterday.
Wow, that is a high five. That is a really big. That's a really big. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That's a. You know what? As I do that, I can kind of see the underarm hair thing kind of jiggling, and I'm like, I don't want to do that too high. So that is a very cool thing. Three new opportunities from networking, right?
Yep.
So congratulations. That is pretty cool. Karen, what was yours? Oh, you let me unmute. There you go.
Here we go. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so 2 things. I got 2 new orders from complete strangers from my networking group. So somebody referred them to me. So that was pretty exciting because they're brand new customers. And then, yay. And then I also beamed a bunch of horses and riders last week. And I have 5 tentative bookings. So I haven't finalized the actual date, but they were so excited about it. 5 bookings at for sessions of 5. So those are $250 a piece.
So I don't know what you said that was. So was that the horse thing?
Yeah, that was the horse blanket. I have a horse and a people blanket, and I did a bunch of horses and people last week.
Okay.
And I have tentative bookings
For 25 people total.
to do 25 sessions. So 5 sessions at $250 for 5 sessions, and I got 5 of those. So I just have to get them on my books because I borrowed that horse blanket, and I have to get dates together so that I can borrow it back on the dates that they need me there. So
congratulations.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
Very cool. Patty, is that you that just joined us?
Hi there, I'm putting on makeup. I'm getting ready for an audition, but I'm listening and I'm excited about these horse blankets.
Cool. All right. So Patty, what's your big win this week?
My big win is a couple of things. I did a Lyrica audition. It's a national commercial, and I feel like I nailed it, and I'm reading the Circle book, and I am anticipating a callback. And yesterday I did a print ad at Saturday, at the, it's called London. It's the hotel across from the Trump, the London House. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I had so much fun, and it was a great opportunity, and I'm just super excited. And I'm continuing.
Patty, what happened at the London House?
I got picked to be the main person for this print job through my agents. It was all different agents throughout the Chicagoland, but also California, New York, and Miami. And I was picked as the businesswoman, and they dressed me to the nines, and I felt like a movie star. It was like so darn awesome.
Very cool. So I'm glad to see the acting work is coming in, right? That was, yeah, cool. That's awesome. All right, cool. All right, so today we're going to be talking about speaking for dollars, right? On how to, because there's a lot of good information out there for just speaking, but how do you turn that into money? Anybody have a clue? Anne-Marie, how are you turning it into money?
You ask.
What? Say that again.
I said I asked.
Exactly.
I offer something and I ask.
Yeah, that is really the trick there, right? You have to offer something and then ask. So Vita, I don't remember. I saw actually you posted a video while I was in Scottsdale last week. So on your video, I didn't watch it. I just saw that you had posted one. I meant to come back to it and I forgot. So on that video, did you ask for anybody? Did you have a call to action?
Actually, no, I didn't. I just told a story and about a woman that had passed away and left some children behind with no life insurance. So no, I really didn't ask. And I thought of that later. I should have said, please contact me. I can help you.
So I think a better way to say, instead of saying, please contact me, I can help you, is if you would like to know more, right? Don't make it because please contact me, I can help you. That sounds very salesy. So if you'd like to find out more information, give me a call or private message me. Actually, would probably be even better. But here's the thing, guys. Speaking for businesses, anywhere you go, it could be a networking group. How many of you are speaking at networking groups? Karen is. Anne Marie is.
I have before the Lions Club and Rotary Club.
Oh, all right. Cool. Very cool, Patty. Drew is, and he's muted. He's blocked himself out, so I can't see him moving around. Okay, so speaking from who said Rotary Clubs? Was that you, Patty?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Vita, her and I talked about that last week. Drew, did you and I talk about that last week, Rotary Clubs?
He might be on mute.
Drew has gone MIA all of a sudden. Okay, so, you know what? He's muted. He probably doesn't know that. Drew, hold on. I'm unmuting you. I can't unmute you. You muted yourself. So, Drew, if you want to say something, you have to unmute. So, Rotary clubs are a great place to speak for people like Vita, people like Anne Marie, Patty. I'm going to say Drew, no, and Karen, no. And the reason for that is I spoke at a Rotary last week. The average age, I'm not kidding, was about 69, 74, somewhere in that area. Now, one of the oldest people I met was 89 years old there, who couldn't hear anything. She seriously could not hear. So that is not a good place for you guys to speak for the most part, unless you're one of the people that I said that, because it's not your target audience. So don't waste your time on somebody who is not your target audience. Let me see if that's true. Nope. Hello? Okay, so that wasn't true. Okay, so when you're speaking for business, you always need to be asking. There always needs to be a call to action there on what you have to offer them, but it can't be salesy. It's if you would like more information, if you would like to know more about what I'm talking about, if you would like a free sample, right? In Karen's situation, she can do facials. If you'd like a complimentary facial, and actually I like the word complimentary better than I like the word free. So those are things that you can do there. Now, let's talk about some places that you can speak to sell. Anne-Marie, where are you speaking to sell?
Sorry. Speaking to sell, networking groups, moms networking groups, mixed networking groups, women's networking groups, MOPS, which is mother of preschoolers, schools, and I'm trying to get in like a couple libraries and the park district.
Karen, all those would be good for you. All of those would be good for Vita. All of those would be good for, not all of those would be good for Drew. Patty, some of those would be good for you, right? It's really about finding that place that's going to be full of your ideal target clients. For Drew, his ideal target clients are PTAs and PTOs. Drew, who else is a good referral, a good place to speak for you? Oh, Drew's muted again, and now, Drew?
Yes.
Okay, so for you, where's a good place to speak besides PTOs and PTAs for business?
Well, for me, it's turned a lot into the networking groups, more so for my Anython side.
Okay.
I've reached out to the God, their name is escaping me, but the Rotary clubs that you were mentioning out.
Yeah.
I'm really just kind of waiting on some responses back for that. To speak to them about.
Drew, I'm just going to say that that for you is going to be about 50-50, and it depends on the age of the Rotarians, right?
The age?
The age of them, right. I spoke to a group last year that seriously was all seniors. There might have been one or two that were not seniors there last week, but for the most part, those are not my ideal clients, and most of them won't be your ideal clients too. But you have to, I mean, if you get into a younger Rotary group, that would be okay. Right?
Yeah, that's going from that idea we discussed about the event I have going on with Random Acts Matter in St. Charles and trying to spread it out through other cities.
Yeah, so something like that would definitely be great for a Rotary group. All those people are very philanthropic, so that would be right up their alley. Right? So yes, that would work. Patty, where are you speaking for business? Oh, you're just speaking commercial. You're just speaking everywhere that's on camera. You have probably the biggest audience of all of us. Oh, now we lost Patty. Karen, where are you speaking?
Mostly I speak at my BNI group, but I am now looking for groups that I'm not currently belonging to. They'll let me come in just as a guest. So if I can go in as a guest and then, see what kind of group that is, and then if I can actually speak there, sometimes you can speak without being a member, and seeing if that would work.
Yours would be good moms groups, right? Moms, like
Yeah.
Anne Marie was saying, mothers of preschoolers, all of those girls women are looking for better skincare. They're looking for makeup. They're looking for something that's more catered, I would assume, to them so they don't have to take their kids out. I don't know. I never
Right.
take my kids out. So, but things like that. So, but the important thing is you want to really be thinking about how you can transfer that over. And sometimes you can, and sometimes you cannot make an offer, right? Sometimes you're just speaking purely for the fact that they need a speaker, and you're not allowed to make an offer. So let's talk about what you can do if you're in a situation where you cannot make an offer. I'm going to open that up. I'm going to tell you how to do it in a minute, but does anybody have any ideas on what you can do?
As long as you can get everyone's information in some kind of a survey or darn near anything, you can call them later.
Right. I always offer something for free. So when I speak about Facebook Live, or I speak about, what else do I speak about? I speak about a lot of things, but I love the video one. That's really what I like to speak about when I go out to groups. I always offer them something free, 50 ideas that they can make videos or write blogs about. And they always want it. And I never bring it with me. I could print it out, but I would rather email it to them, because then that gives me their email address, right? And then at that point, they've decided that they want to hear from me. So once they say they want to hear from me, then they're on my list, right? So then I could just come home and I send that out to them who wants to get that. So that's one of the things that you can do where you're speaking to people, is you can offer them something for free, but don't take it with you. You want to have a reason to reach out to them again. So let's talk about some of the things that you can offer for free. Karen, can you offer them for free that you would not take with you, but you would do in order to get their email address?
Well, I remember you did a survey. Didn't you pass out something? at the beginning of your talk?
I pass out when I speak, hold on. Yeah, I have something that's like this.
Yeah. And then you fill it out, and then the first 5 people to hand it back to you gets a free session with you. That's how you did it.
Yes, I do that also, but what if there's people in there who really want my freebie, but they don't want to fill out my card?
Yeah, I don't know.
Then the thing is, I tell them, take your card, fill out this card, and write. I just have them usually write the number 50 on there.
Okay.
But then once they fill out the card, most of them will go through and fill something else out on the card that they want, or they'll just write the 50. If they just write the 50, that's fine. I'm going to follow up with them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it gives, but maybe they weren't going to fill out the card. If they just wrote 50 on there, they weren't going to fill out the card, and I would not have an opportunity to follow up with them. So what are some other things that you guys can give people? And by the way, Karen, that's just a card I use to see if people have any interest, in what I speak about, or if I can help them. So it is a way for me to follow up with them. And it makes it really easy because I'm asking them what their problem is.
Mm-hmm.
So what can you guys do that asks people what their problem is, that you can have them fill out or leave or email to them so that you can follow up with them? Let's talk about that.
Jean, I liked how I'm just backtracking slightly, but I got disconnected. I'm so excited. I'm sitting here taking notes, and I tried to unmute myself, and I got disconnected. But I liked it when I first met you, and you had everybody write out or circle what they wanted for lunch. So if they wanted to eat, they also had to write out their information. So if they wanted food, we also had to provide, I think you asked a couple of questions on there. So that was sort of unique. I thought that was interesting. Do you remember that? That was a while back.
That was on my, when you registered for the workshop.
Is that what it was? I just remember writing out.
At the workshop, there was a menu where you had to circle what you wanted. So.
Right, but I thought we had to put some other information in there too that you were able to capture.
That was a different form.
Oh, all right. Sorry, forget it.
No, don't be sorry. That was actually a different form that I had people fill out. Hold on, let me write myself a note here. Okay. All right. All right. So I'm still looking for other ways that you guys can get. What can you send them through the email? Like I'm 70 years old. What can you send them through the email? So what can you send them through email that would be easy for you to do? That would be free of charge, right? That you can give them something of value. Yes, Drew. I see your hand is raised. You're unmuted, so you can just speak whenever you'd like.
Well, for me, since I deal with PTOs, PTAs, schools, and fitness, a lot of what I do as far as freebies for that tailor around the PTOs. So 10 different fundraising ideas that are easy to do and quick that you can implement quickly. Other ones are how to get more activity out of your parent base than normal. Things like that most PTOs and A's struggle with, but is something that I can provide as far as a discussion.
I think that is you have that already written?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's an excellent one for you. How to get more engagement with your parents, right, than normal. Because as a parent, if you're not really involved, having been on a PTA, how many parents are really involved in that? Very few compared to the number of students that go to that school, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I think that's a great one. Vita, what do you have that you can send them?
There's actually an email campaign through the company where there's little different, like holiday greetings or even just some information, a little bit of informational things, and then what I would have to have their email obviously first.
Right. So you're looking at something just that the company's going to send them? Does that put them on the company email list or on your email list?
It is my email list, but it's a lot of them are company approved, basically, not just for compliance, but it just gives some general information, and even just sending out holiday greetings like for Labor Day and oddball holidays, just to keep in front of people with the email.
So that's a really, I'm actually glad you said that, because here's the thing, guys, too. If your company, Karen, I know this happens for you, Vida, it happens for you, and Drew, it may or may not happen for you. Your companies are collecting those email addresses. You all should be keeping your own database of your own clients. If you're putting your database in there, especially Vida and Drew, if you're putting your clients in their database, should you leave the franchise or leave the company, those are there, you're not going to have those contacts. So while you're using their database, you should also have your own database that you're keeping those on. Do you guys both have that?
Oh, yes, I do too. Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
Yeah, Apex doesn't even have a database of their own stuff. It's all on the franchise.
Okay. All right, good. I just want to make sure, because I was talking to somebody last week and they lost all their contacts when they left that position. It's an insurance position, lost all their contacts because everything was at the company.
Right.
So,
No. I have a list of all the emails that I put in.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. So, Vida, what can you send them from you besides some marketing material from the company? Because marketing material from the company is entirely different from you.
You could always send them a short video series or even one video on how to help them do something, how to create something out of what you do. I could send them a video on a recipe on do-it-yourself natural cleaner so your kids don't choke on chemicals, or what, I don't know, anything. Videos are very simple, very quick, and easy for the most part.
Yeah, I actually like that, Vida, because these would be, I actually like that idea for you, Vida, because you can actually make videos that are just going to people in general, so that you don't, hold on a second. I lost my train of thought when Drew went away because I was hoping he didn't get in a crash. You can make videos based on what your clients need and things that you can help them with. So maybe you don't need to get together to give them something simple. You can just make a video about it, right? And for them, it's the exact same thing. It saves them time. It saves them money. It saves you time and money by just making a quick short video on what they need to know, loading it up to YouTube. You mark it private. Nobody else can see it. Your company can't see it. And then you send it right to them. The only people who can see it are the people who have the URL, right? Actually, for you, you would use the private one, and you would only put in their email address. That means they cannot share it with anybody else.
Okay.
Your unlisted videos, people can share, and you don't want them doing that, right? Because it could be compliant. It could have some compliance issues in there that
right.
told them, right in person, that you can't say on the air and stuff. Karen, I saw you unmuted yourself. Do you want to say something?
No, I just left it unmuted because it was actually quiet in my house for once.
Oh.
It might not last long.
Okay. All right.
And Jean, these are things that we can do that do not have to be professionally done, correct? Like, I don't even need a green screen, but a solid wall, just so it's not so distracted and distorted when we do these little, whether it's, I know we talked about Facebook Live earlier, but when we do these quick little videos to sort of entice possible clients, correct?
I wouldn't use a green screen, Patty, unless two things for you. Number one, you were not going to leave it green, right? You're going to put something back behind that. And number two, you have a real issue with light in your house. When you come through on any video, you're very dark. You've got to have such good lighting back there if you're going to do that at home.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that would be my only thing for you, right? Just make sure you're well lit.
Right.
Speaking of that, guys, and I know Karen and Patty are Anne Marie and Vita, and actually Karen's the only one who can see it. I have this little thing here, and you guys all have to go home and look at the video when I send it out. But this goes on my cell phone, like this. So it goes on my cell phone like this, and I can turn it on.
I love it.
Yeah, so now look at me here, and now look at me when I'm holding it in front of me, right? I'm really well lit, but it would look totally different in the camera.
Right.
The reason I don't use it for the most part is look at my eyes right there all you see are white circles, right? Where the light is. You could use something very much like this if it's right on your cell phone. Let me turn that off because it's really bright. It works right on your cell phone to make better videos at home. Okay?
Where'd you get that?
Actually, it was a gift from my coach, and you can get them at Amazon. They're like, I don't know, $12, $15. They're not very expensive.
I can't see it. What's it called, Jean?
I don't know what it's called. I'll look it up on Amazon after our call, Patty, and I'll put a link in there.
Awesome.
Let me write myself a note. Drew's back. Okay. Drew's everything okay? Okay, just want to make sure you didn't crash. Hold on a sec.
And no resting bitch face, you guys, when you're doing your videos, okay? No resting bitch faces.
No resting faces.
I'll try to not do that.
Thank you for phone light. Okay. So Drew, you missed this part. We were talking about lighting because we were talking one of the things you can offer are video series, right? You can make a video series for your group and give that away, something that you can offer them. And we talked about this. If you're going to do that, this is a light that goes on your phone. So hold on, I'm going to put it on my phone. So it looks like that. I'm going to turn it off so it's not blinding you. So it just goes on your phone.
Good. Is that good for putting on makeup?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't see it.
Yeah. So look that up and see. Okay.
So that's just a light?
It's just a light that gives you a little bit better light when you're making videos.
Okay.
Or put it on your lipstick.
No, it doesn't help you put on your lipstick. Okay. What other questions do we have? Let's talk about this real quick. Where are you speaking now, and where do you want to be speaking? Let's do a little networking here on ourselves. Where would be a good ideal client for you to speak that you might need an introduction to? No, seriously.
I would love an introduction anywhere within an hour from here, from Naperville.
Okay, Anne-Marie, you got to be a little bit more specific there, because when you say anybody or anywhere, nobody can really resonate with that. So make sure that is it a mom's group? Is it a specific networking group? Give us a little more info.
Okay, so the best place I can be hooked up with is a women's networking group, or anywhere you find parents, any moms groups, parenting groups. Those are the best connections for me.
Okay. Who else?
What if she just Googled that to see what would come up? If she Googled that in those areas to see what would pop up.
Well, Patty, that's not.
Oh, I can do that.
She can ask.
Right. I want one-on-one. Like if you say, okay, I already talked to Jan about you. Here's her number. she wants you to, it's kind of like setting someone up to speak for a group.
Right.
Or
Got
at
it.
least set me up with the director.
It's a hot lead.
Make an
right?
intro.
It's a referral. So that's really kind of
Yeah.
what we're looking for right now are referrals.
Yeah, a warm fuzzy.
Someplace that you're going to say, hey, I talked to this MOPS group about you, Anne Marie. They're looking for a speaker. Suggested you. She thought you sounded perfectly. Can you call her? Okay. Good. How about you?
Because of space, I think maybe like a small church group to be able to speak about final expense and also taking care of your family.
Good. You broke up when you started to say, what kind of group was that?
Maybe a church group.
Church group?
Where yeah. Because you could speak about final expense and even just helping families. There's a whole range of different people in a church group where they maybe have like a health fair or speakers on different things.
Okay. So a church group or a health fair. Okay. Patty, where would you like a referral to?
I'm trying to focus on this because my head is just spinning on, finishing this presentation and all.
That's
And
really,
I guess
that is really what your focus is. So
it really is, but I have to get past that because that will make me speed it up because it's just a powerful, fun, informative message. But my mind hasn't gone there yet, and I don't know if that's good or bad, Jean.
it's not bad yet because the presentation has to be finished first, right? So
All right, I'm pretty close. I'd like you to take a look at it.
Okay, well, let's talk later this week. It has to be after.
Yeah,
Thursday.
I'll set up my call.
Okay, cool. Karen, how about you?
I know for sure in my Mary Kay business, a MOPS group would be great. I haven't done a MOPS group in more than 10 years. So that would really be a lot of fun to be able to do that.
So by the way, these are referrals, so don't discount going out and just Googling that too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so Patty's looking for a referral for a MOPS group. Drew, how about you?
Mainly, I'm looking for people that know principals, assistant principals in elementary or middle schools, not really high schools, as well as someone any way involved in the parent group, whether it be a PTO or PTA. They can be an active volunteer, president, secretary, whatever, as long as they have a personal connection with somebody in that actual parent group. Another great referral for me is any coach of youth sports or an athletic director. Those are all people that are in charge of fundraising for their actual teams and make those decisions directly.
Okay, so now here's your homework for today. I wrote these down for my benefit. I want you guys to go back into the Facebook group today and post who you would like a referral to. And that goes for Dawn and Diane and Karen and Barb and whoever else are clients right now. There's a bunch of you I'm probably forgetting in that group. So I'm going to just say everybody should go into our Facebook group after you see this video and post who is a good referral for you. Right? And ask for a referral. You just have to want to do that. Anne Marie just said, post there. She'll make some referrals later if you just post it there. She actually asked me if I would write it down. I'm not going to. So I think you guys are, you can be responsible. If you want a referral, you'll go in there and you'll post that in the Facebook group. Okay? Good. Go ahead. You're lighting up like you want to say something.
Oh, no, I wasn't. No.
You must have breathed hard or something. So,
I guess.
so make sure you hit the Facebook group. Yeah, go ahead, Drew.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank Patty. Patty's actually given me a referral, which I think is going well. So I do want to publicly thank her for that.
Oh, you're welcome. I just met his wife today too at prayer meeting. The president. So we'll keep that chugging along.
Cool. All right, so let's finish up the last 20 minutes we have here with some Q&A, or maybe if you have questions about what you should talk about or what other things you can do. Tell me what questions you need answered now.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So I'm really good at giving away free sessions because I already do that in my Mary Kay business.
Yeah.
And so then when I do it with the blanket business, the Beamer, I have a hard time then transitioning from, great, I just did your 2 free sessions, so now you have to make a choice. So the 2 options is you can pay me to come and keep doing sessions. It's $35 a session, or $5 for $250.
Okay, wait, did you talk about this before, that is too cheap for that? I thought
Yeah, but that's what the other reps are doing, so I'm competing against
nobody
them.
knows who they are.
What's that?
Nobody else knows who those reps are, except for you.
No, well, in the horse world, in the people world, no, because I seem to be the only one in this area doing it. But in the horse world, I run into the same people all the time.
Are you charging a traveling expense then to get to them? Or are you incorporating all of that into your $35?
No, I'll have to charge a traveling expense if it isn't within my very local area.
Karen, I think you're making a mistake there. So if you have, even if it's $50, people will spend a lot of money on their animals.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And number 2, if you're going to charge a package, charge 5 for 2, charge $50 a session, or maybe then $200 for 5. Right? Because at least then it's $40, right?
Yeah, I was doing $250 for 5.
Well, why would you charge them $35? Hold on a minute, that's not right. So $35
Yeah, because it's
is $175. So now you're charging them more money to book more sessions with you. So if you're doing $35 a session and you did 5 sessions, that would be $175. And if you're charging them $250 for 5, that's $50 a session.
Oh, I thought I was, no, wait, is it?
Yeah, I have a calculator. Yeah.
Oh, I guess it is. I'm thinking I was charging $25 a session.
Well, that is, I would just have to drive over to Lockport and maybe take your blanket away, because
Yeah.
responsible for the owner at that point. Karen, you can't make any money charging that much money. It's not worth it for you for $35 a session.
Gotcha. So do
Minimum $50 a session,
okay.
and then $225 for 5.
Okay, so just make it $225 for 5.
If you feel like you've got to do a discount. I think that's still too little, but I would rather see you get paid $50 than $35.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead.
and then
Go ahead.
my ultimate goal is that they just buy the blanket from me.
Well, and how much is the blanket?
The blanket is $6,000, $5,000 for the horse and $6,000 for the people blanket.
So hold on a minute. They would have to use that blanket 100 times this is the reason why you're not charging enough. It should be about $150 a session, because then, hold on a minute. Then if they use that blanket 33 times for that horse, it pays for itself. At this point, if they use it 100 times, if they have to use it 100 times, there's no value there for them to buy it for $5,000 if you're only going to charge $35 or $50 a session.
Right.
And then now you're trading dollars for hours. That is not what you want to be doing.
Gotcha. I think the way that they had this set up was that the barn owner or the horse trainer buys it for their barn, and then they charge the clients. I'm going to charge them $5 for $250. Then they can just buy the blanket and they can charge them $5 for $250. So they'd have the blanket for themselves and they'd be able to charge their clients.
Yeah, and they can probably use that blanket 3 or 4 times a day, right?
Right.
because they're going to be working on different horses. So I really, if you're going to charge it yourself, you really need to up that to at least $100.
Okay.
All right, because otherwise it's not worth it. You're
Right,
not
right.
going to sell any blankets, and now you're just going from barn to barn to barn, right? And then I'm going to this barn, and now I got to come back to the barn I was just at because the appointment times couldn't match up. It is not going to be a good use of your time.
Right, right.
Okay.
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 And then the same thing for the people blanket. So the prices really can be the same for the horse and the people blanket. It's the same thing, really.
Well, it only works though if you charge enough money that it's like and you show them the value. Number one, you show them the value of the blanket. But number two, the value is also in how many times do you want me to come back here and charge you $150 because it works, or just buy the blankets yourself. And for $6,000 now for the people blanket divided by, if you charged $150, they have to have 40 sessions before they can pay for that blanket.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's important for them to know what your value is for an hour. You can go do a Mary Kay party and earn more than $100 an hour, right?
Right. But this doesn't take an hour. This takes 8 to 15 minutes.
I understand that, but you still have to travel, which by
Right.
the time you travel both ways, you spend 8 to 15 minutes, you chat with the owner, you chat with other people there, you're over into an hour in that.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Gotcha. Yep.
I think that you're not valuing your time.
Right, right. Okay, cool.
Okay. All right, what other questions do we have?
I just have a quick question. What kind of blanket?
It's an electromagnetic blanket, so it improves the microcirculation. So if like, for instance, I have.
Tell her what the benefits, how it helps you.
So for instance, I have severe neck pain, and I used it once. It did nothing the first day. The next day I woke up with no neck pain. So it was another 10 days before I got to use it again. And again, I had severe neck pain. And I've been using it twice a day. It's recommended to use it twice a day for 8 minutes. And it's not only improved my neck pain, but it's improved my lower back pain. You get old and things start to happen. Your body starts to fall apart. It's also, because it's a microcirculation, it helps everything that has to do with your circulatory system, which is basically your whole body. So my REM sleep is better. I sleep more soundly. I have more energy. I drink less caffeine. I eat less caffeine. So my health is better. Anxiety is way down. Clarity. I'm wearing my glasses because my eyesight is better. So I have to go get a new prescription for my contacts. So bizarre how it works. But every person that sat on it has had a positive experience on it.
See, now, Karen, that is a much better way to say when she said what kind of blanket than electromagnetic static or whatever you said. Nobody will ask you to go, because Vida just said, oh, okay, right? She didn't ask any other questions.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't ask any, because she didn't understand what you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody else will either. So when they ask you what kind of blanket, you don't tell them electro, whatever the hell that is. You tell them the benefits, or the benefits they get from using it. It's a blanket that helps you with
your microcirculation, which has to do with your entire body. Not microcirculation either?
No, because nobody's going to, that's what they're going to hear. They're like, I don't even know what that means, and I've stopped listening.
Mm-hmm.
Really,
Right.
talk about, Sylvie, that had just said right. So talk about really what the benefits are. For you, you should say, well, here, let me give you an idea. I have severe neck pain. I used it one day. I didn't see immediate results that day. The next day I woke up with no neck pain. That tells us what it is. The fact what you just said, my eyesight's better. My circulation's better. We use this on animals who are suffering from arthritis or whatever you're helping them with. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So don't say what it is. Say, let me tell you what it does.
You don't even have to say that. So what you just tell them what it does. What
Right.
kind of blanket? It's a blanket that does blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say, let me tell you. Just say, it's a blanket that does blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Good. Would that be more helpful?
Yeah, because using like the medical terminology, well, it's probably not medical, but anyway, it's like, a deer in the headlights. I don't know if you get that or not. People just look like, what?
Muting you. Drew, I muted you, so just FYI. So they won't, and a lot of times, Karen, they won't ask questions, right? They do, because they don't want to appear like ignorant about whatever it is you do. So they don't want to sound unsmart. So they just won't ask you a question, and then you possibly have lost a sale from somebody who could really use that.
Okay.
I love the horse thing, though, and the dog thing, and whatever it is that helps animals, right? This is something that probably shelters should have. Right?
Right.
So that they can put this on their animals and things like that. So there's so many possibilities for you. Have you sold any yet besides the one?
No, I just had that one, but I just got those appointments last Wednesday and Friday.
Okay.
So I had a little bit of a break there.
Okay. So you should be, here's the thing, guys, too. I had set a goal for myself. Remember, I passed out those forms, and you're supposed to be checking off how many phone calls you're making a day. Let's go around the room. I am going to ask everybody, how many phone calls a day are you making? Karen, why don't you start?
I make 4 or 5 contacts a day.
Okay. So Karen's doing 4 to 5. Drew, how many are you doing?
About 8 to 10.
Anne Marie, how many are you doing?
About 5.
Vida, how many are you doing?
I'm up 75.
75. And Patty, you're not doing any calls yet a day, right?
No, I'm mostly just in relations with my agents and things like that right now and working on this presentation.
Right. So I do about, that's a day, right? So I do at least 20 a day. Well, that's a lie. Hold on a minute. I do about 10 to 12 a day. So I would say if you're doing any less than 12 to 15 a day, you should pump that up, and that's including myself, right? I actually have a goal of 120 calls a month, which is 40 a day. I very rarely hit that. So,
and they don't always answer the phone, so you leave messages, right? So sometimes it's not always a conversation.
Right, and let me rephrase that because I know I said it wrong. I have a goal of 120 calls a month. So my weekly goal is 40 a week, right? And my daily goal is I would like to hit 10 a day. Even so you guys should break that down into a weekly goal of how many calls you want to make a week and how many you want to make a day. And really, the more calls you make a day, the more business you will get. Okay? There's a direct correlation there. Anne Marie said it a little bit ago. You've got to make the calls and you've got to ask. All right. What other questions do we have? We have a couple minutes left here. Drew, you're all frozen up. I don't know. Can you still hold on? Can you hear me, Drew?
Yep.
Okay. You're frozen. Oh, there you go. What the heck do you have on your head?
Apex Fun Run headband.
I'm like, you almost had like a glow just from the way it was sitting there. There we go. Apex Fun Run headband. Okay. You must be heading into a meeting, so you got to be all geared up?
You are correct.
Awesome. All right. What other questions do we have about speaking? We spend a lot of time on speaking, guys, because this is your fastest way to get clients. This is your fastest way to make money. Speaking is the best thing you can do for your business.
Jean, would you agree that using Google as your friend as far as typing in what you need, like for Drew and for some of these other folks, can they find, I'm thinking that might streamline and help.
Yes, but it's a lot better to have a direct, if we have somebody who can make actual referrals for them to different places, that's even better than a cold call, right? So,
Right.
Oh my goodness, yes.
My wish my wish for Drew is when everybody goes on Facebook, and I don't have Wi-Fi, but to go, they have children of their own or they have grandchildren, and to reach out, because we go to these, I have a car wash benefit this weekend for our school, but to go to that person, because it's really just a quick email and a phone call, and I did it and it was easy, and it's already in the committee planning thing, so they're already looking at your, you know what I mean? But I think everybody could do that. And I'm just speaking for Drew, but I think that we could do this for everyone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why it's going to be important for you guys to go on the Facebook page and post a good referral for me is. Okay? I'd like everybody to do that. And I'll even post that in there, that please go on there. As a reminder, post that, what you need, right? This is a definite group that it's, you guys got to tell people what you need, right? This is such a great tight-knit group to help each other if you just tell people what you need. Any other questions? Then I will get this rendered, and make sure you go to the Facebook group and post on there. Give me a second. I'll go do that right now, but oh no, I won't. I have an 11 o'clock call. So just go in there and post in there. Jean said, a good post who I need a referral for. Here's who I need a referral for. Can you help me? Okay? Okay. All right, guys. I will talk to you later.
Great day.
All right, everybody.
Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.